It is 2024, first video of the year. Crazy. Happy New Year, everyone. You may be watching this right when it's coming out. You may be watching this at another point during 2024, even beyond. Anyway, if you are new around here, my name is Christy. I'm the CEO and founder of DaSilva Life. I am a ClickUp Verified Consultant and HoneyBook Pro, and I own a systems consulting agency where we help business owners like you set up these two tools. So, in today's video, I am so excited to be going through how to use HoneyBook in 2024. HoneyBook has had some incredible game-changing features to their platform in the last year, and I cannot wait to showcase all of these for you. But before we actually dive in and I show you these awesome features, I want to take a moment to bust a myth. So prior to really 2023, a lot of people viewed HoneyBook as a CRM or client flow platform mainly for people in the wedding industry, like photographers, venues, service providers like that, etc. But in 2024, they did an entire rebrand, and they are really working on optimizing their platform, not only for these awesome businesses, but also really want to venture into the coaching and consulting and agency route. Now, we are an agency, we are consultants, and we use HoneyBook for all of our client flows, and it is bomb.com. So I want to not only showcase the awesome new features, but a little bit about how you can use this for different industries as well. Okay, with that, let's dive into the good stuff. How to use HoneyBook in 2024. Okay, you guys, I am beyond excited for this video because HoneyBook has been releasing a massive amount of new features that I cannot wait to show you through. So they're also going to be releasing a ton of new features through January and February as well. And I plan to do an update video once they continue releasing these. So make sure to subscribe to our channel if you want to stay in the loop about all the things coming for HoneyBook in 2024. So first, we're going to go through the new features. I want to walk you through them, get you acquainted with them, and then we're going to wrap up the video by going through how to actually use HoneyBook. If you are new to HoneyBook, let's talk about what the purpose is for, the features that already exist, and just like a little bit about how to use them. We have granular videos on our channel that go through like how to set up automations and smart files and things like that. But I just want to make sure you have a good grasp on what HoneyBook is and how it could benefit you and your business this year. Okay, so the first part of this video, let's go through the new home screen. It is amazing. If you're not familiar, the old home screen used to just have a few widgets on it, like tasks, calendar, new project activity. So this one is quite a bit more robust, as you can see. Let's go through each of the widgets. So first, you're going to see if you have any new leads. Of course, this is my actual account, so I've blurred out sensitive information in here. So you'll see we have one new lead that came in 14 hours ago. That lead will be sitting here. If I want to pop in there and respond to them, I can go click on that. We are on top of our inbox here, 0 unread messages, 24 open tasks. This is January gross payments so far. Then we have our calendar, what's coming up on our calendar. You can then go to calendar, go to inquiries, etc. from here as well. They have a quick widget here to add a new client, project, invoice, or contract, any new activity. And I love that these have timestamps as well. So you could see Kristen D scheduled a session. I created a draft for Colleen S. Smith Roofing, new message from John. Bridget's project, they viewed the services brochure. And I love they have these icons here as well. They're super helpful. Inbox is if there's any new incoming messages from any of our leads or clients. So I love that that's there as well. January gross payments, it will go through who the payments are from, any upcoming or overdue as well. Here are some templates. The 4 most used file templates. These are old, so these were of our most used, but now we are moving on to some new ones. And then tasks as well. So you can see if there are any tasks due today, any overdue, any upcoming, and who they are for. So that is the tour of the new home screen. I think it's really awesome, super robust. Now let's move on to the project pipeline. Okay, so now we are in the project pipeline, and as you can see, there is a new feature called Customize Your Pipeline. We can fully customize the pipeline now and create pipeline automation. So I'm actually going to go through really quickly how to do this. You could see just giving you an idea of what the pipeline is as well. Again, if you're new to HoneyBook, the pipeline is where you're going to get an overview of all of your projects at a glance. So you're going to be able to see how many people are in inquiry, follow-up, booked a call, on hold, proposals out, how many are currently in progress, etc., how many are archived. So if I click into one of these, you can then see in the on hold status a glimpse at all the projects, what the project date is, type, etc. So you can see all the portals in one shot, which is really great. Okay, now let's walk through customizing your pipeline. So if I click on Customize Your Pipeline, you can now see which areas are automated with the little lightning bolt here. You can now actually delete all of these as well. Before this update, which has literally been, I'm not going to lie to you, this came into my account this morning, but while I was at the HoneyBook HQ, I got a sneak peek into this last month in December. Before this, you were only able to delete certain ones. There were ones that you couldn't rename, like proposal sent, signed, retainer paid, etc. So now all you have to have is inquiry and completed, I believe. Actually, no, I think it would be inquiry and archived. You could see you could delete every single one. You could rename them what you want. So this is a huge deal. Okay, then let's talk about the pipeline automations. So you could see here, there are currently 6 automations that you could set up. So any new projects, this cannot be disabled. It is the primary automation. So any new lead that comes in, it's automatically going to go into inquiry. If a first email is sent, they will automatically move into follow-up. You could see that you can turn this off, or you could say, you know what, I want them to go in 3-month follow-up or something like that. When an invoice or contract is sent, it could go to proposal sent. It could go to anywhere. When a contract is signed, where do you want to go it? When a first payment is received, where do you want it to go? And then the second payment received. I'm actually going to turn this one off because second payment, our payment plans sometimes are different. So now actually, so they'll go into retainer paid. I'm going to go ahead and customize my pipeline while I'm with you here. I'm going to turn off planning because we really don't use that one. Proposal sent, signed, retainer paid. So here, I'll keep those ones there. I'm debating in my head if I want to combine them to just one, being like proposal completed, but I'll leave those there for now. And I think that's honestly good for me, but you can make this as robust or as simplified as you want. And I am so thrilled about this update. So if you want to go ahead and customize your pipeline, if you have this feature yet, you can come in here, go into customize, manage the pipeline stages and the automations attached to them. Okay, now let's walk through the contacts. So up at the top where you see home projects contacts, the contact section is different. They are making this more robust, and I'm so thrilled about this because a huge thing was that people were like, sometimes projects aren't just like project related, they're more client related. So HoneyBook has been doing such a good job at hearing this feedback and creating the contact section to be more robust for this type of use case. So I blurred this information again here because I don't want to divulge any client information, but you'll see here, you'll have the name, email, phone, organization, projects. They also have at the top clients and leads. So clients will section out anyone that has actually booked a project with you. Leads are people that have not booked yet. So let's actually pop into one of these contact portals and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here I went into John Smith. This is my test account here, where you will see, okay, here's about John Smith, about their company, website, email, and then here are all of the projects attached to John Smith. So you can see the communication that has gone down in all of the different projects. You'll see the payments. You can actually create a file as well. And then if I want to click into a specific project with John Smith, I could go right into the project portal. So the project portal is where you are going to have all of the communication, the assets, files that have been sent back and forth with this client for this specific project. And you'll see if I come to John Smith, I could then go to the client workspace, which is what they call it, where then I could see all of the projects and communication, etc. So it's just a more holistic and streamlined approach to getting more information about that client and the projects involved. So a little bit more information about the client portal. This is a huge pro for HoneyBook users because it's keeping all the client communication streamlined. You can also add more team members to the portal, so everyone will be CC'd on those emails. And then you can also add clients and collaborators as well to the portal. So you will be able to have everything. Just giving you a few details about the portal. Here, this grayed out section, the client will not be able to see. And then also in the details section, anything below this private details, they will not be able to see any notes and any internal notes as well. So you will have a whole video in March about the client portal, going through this more in detail. So again, make sure you're subscribed to our channel if you want all the HoneyBook tutorials that are more granular. This is really just going to be the overview going through the new features. Okay, moving on to HoneyBook Finance. Okay, so here, HoneyBook Finance is new. First of all, they now have HoneyBook Finance where HoneyBook is actually its own bank, which is really, really awesome. So you have an actual account and routing number, a debit card, and all of your payments will then come into that account and you'll be able to access that debit card. Another thing that they have is also savings buckets. Here, I just don't want to divulge our client information again, so I'm not going to scroll down, but they do have saving buckets that you can actually allocate specific percentages to manage your finances better. I'm so excited about the updates to HoneyBook Finance. I think it's really going to empower business owners to take better care of their finances, and just be able to stay organized, hit those financial goals. And it's super, super important as a business owner. You'll also see that you can manage payments, expenses, profit loss, and QuickBooks. You can also do actions like download documents or transfer money if you have money in your available balance. So huge updates to HoneyBook Finance, which I'm super stoked about. Okay, next up, let's go through something that is updated in schedulers. So if you come into schedulers, you now have this option to turn on this toggle called Use Meeting Date as the project date. So this lets you benefit from automations, interactive fields, reports, and more. I am so thrilled about this. This was something that I requested a while back, and many people have as well, where, for example, we have a HoneyBook kickoff call. Well, now when someone schedules this, it's just going to put that as the kickoff date in the project, which is huge. So you could see there are a ton of little updates that are going to make the world of a difference when it comes to managing your HoneyBook account, your workflows, all the things. Okay, so schedulers, if you're not familiar with HoneyBook schedulers, they're literally the same thing as like Calendly, Acuity. It's where you set up a scheduler, you put the windows of when you want to take these. So you can say, okay, this is Eastern, it's through Zoom. It literally creates a Zoom link for you and the client. It's going to be 60 minutes. Here's my availability. Let's go ahead and send email reminders 1 hour and 1 day before the session. So this actually syncs with my Google Calendar. So this is in our Smart file where when someone books a HoneyBook project, it then directs to the HoneyBook kickoff call. We have the scheduler block in there, and then they'll be able to just see what's available on my calendar because it syncs to Google, choose the kickoff date, go through and secure that for themselves. It then goes on their calendar and it goes onto mine. So schedulers save so much time. Also with HoneyBook Teams, different team members could have their own schedulers. 10 out of 10. It's amazing. Okay, so let's talk about templates. So templates are really, there hasn't been much change since the rollout of Smart Files. Of course, in Smart Files, what is a Smart File? First of all, a Smart File is anything that you want it to be. It can be a contract, an invoice, a proposal, which is a contract and invoice combined, a brochure, etc. You can make these so customized to yourself. If you are brand new to Smart Files, I highly recommend checking out the template gallery because you could see how beautiful these templates are and how you can make them your own. Of course, if you don't have the time or you just don't feel like doing it yourself, we are here to support you. We do custom HoneyBook builds where we design and build your templates. Our designers are amazing. So again, Smart Files, they can be any variation of what you want. You could see contract, invoice, proposal, services, questionnaire, scheduler, custom. And so we have these mapped out here. A couple tips here as well. And I know I'm like spitting so much information at you, but I want you to really be able to know the capability of HoneyBook and have some great tips to get you started. So things like the fact that you can create folders and actually organize your Smart Files in a organized way and make sure that you're not having a ton of digital clutter. That's going to contribute to the overwhelm. If you're feeling overwhelmed by HoneyBook, overwhelmed by systems, there are simple things you could do like organizing your Smart File folders, having email naming conventions. So if you see, we use emojis, we use naming. So you could see like ClickUp roadmap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So how we usually name them is 1 is for anything we want to shoot to the top of the canned email list when we're sending something to a client in the portal. And then after that, while we're building automations and just mapping out our workflows, we have the offer name dash 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. dash, and then the name of that email. So contact form, autoresponder, follow-up number 1 after the brochure. And the reason we have 0, 1 and not just 1 is because if you just do 1, 2, 3, etc., then once you get to 10, it'll shoot back up. So you can also do things like I know some people do like 1.1, 1.2, 2.2, etc. So make it your own, decide on your own naming convention, but naming conventions are chef's kiss, the best. Okay, so again, not much has changed in terms of my last video for how to use HoneyBook in 2023 when it comes to using Smart Files. We also have a whole playlist on how to use Smart Files in HoneyBook. So make sure to check that out if you want more details on those. But just some tips on templates, naming conventions for emails, folders for Smart Files. Let's stay organized this year. But what is new is lead forms. So lead forms are basically like a public Smart File. So you could see here the HoneyBook strategy session. If you view the live form, if I want someone to book a strategy session with me, you could see they could put their name, email, what would they like to focus on, choose the session date and time, and then move on to the invoice here. So you can see Christy DaSilva. And this is public. So now they can move on to pay and secure their session. So lead forms are really amazing. You can use this for things like paid strategy sessions. You can use this for things like brochures. You can use this for things like, say you're a photographer and you're offering mini sessions and you want people to just be able to see the time slot, select it, get more information. It's like a public Smart File and it is the bomb. So lead forms are new. They are amazing. We also have another video on lead forms and how to set them up. So the difference between a lead form and a contact form is the contact form. If I go back to templates, you can see you can have multiple lead forms, multiple contact forms. Let me click back in here. The contact forms are basically just like a one form, right? So if I come into DaSilva Life, so you can embed this onto your website. It looks like a part of the website, and this will then come in as a new lead. But again, it's really just like a public questionnaire. They're coming in as a lead. Where lead forms, you can have them book a call, purchase a digital product. That is a new thing as well with HoneyBook. In lead forms, you can now set this up to be able to purchase digital products. So if I go to services, let's start from blank, you can see, is this a digital product, yes or no? And you can add a link. So it will link them directly to a video, a PDF, whatever that product is. That is a huge update and super, super exciting from the HoneyBook end. Another quick tip about contact forms, if you are not familiar, is you can have multiple contact forms like I mentioned, and then if you go into the settings, you can actually invite specific team members to be a part of that project once it comes in. So you can have the project owner, a workspace participant, or a leads participant. And the other thing that you can do as well is you can add a custom URL. Say you wanted your contact form to redirect to a scheduler. You can put in your HoneyBook scheduler as a custom URL too. So super, super cool. I'm going to go ahead and undo those changes so it doesn't change anything in my existing contact form. So that is the gist of the everything besides automations. Now let's pop into automations and talk about some of the new features in here as well. Super exciting. You could see that they have added a new action to move a pipeline stage. This is huge because when someone books a call, when someone signs, along with the automated pipeline, this is just going to take it to the next level. So for example, you could see in our inquiry HoneyBook setup, we have immediately after the Zoom consultation call is scheduled, then it will move the pipeline stage to booked call, where they do not currently have that in the pipeline automations. So you can use this in the actual automations within HoneyBook to be able to accomplish this, and just make sure that you're, again, beating that digital clutter in your HoneyBook account. People aren't staying stale in stages that they don't belong in. So moving the pipeline stage is huge. And then another one that they added is that, say we wanted to create a task, send an email, etc., and this is 0 days after, and let's see, Smart File is completed. Well, now you have this additional dropdown that you can choose which Smart File was completed. So say we only wanted this to happen if the custom HoneyBook build proposal was completed and not the onboarding questionnaire. This is going to be a game changer because now it used to be where Smart File is completed, but you couldn't have more than one Smart File in a pipeline because then it wouldn't know which one was completed, where now it does. So huge things. Okay, so those are all. Hold on, one more. If you go into my account, you can also now set up out of office responders. So this could be for all incoming activity, just the contact form, just the scheduler lead form, meta leads, or project messages. So if you're going out of office, you can now set this and set dates as well. It is, oh my gosh, 10 out of 10. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just so thrilled about all of these updates. Actually, another one, you guys, I just keep thinking of more, is HoneyBook's new community. So if you come into tools and you go into the new community, HoneyBook is really taking it to the next level here and allowing it for their users to really get the information and the help they need. So here is where you'll have knowledge base, feature requests, product updates. You can create forums, different things like that. See the HoneyBook pros. Hello, we are here to help you, the educators, etc. So you can see all of the different recent conversations. And so definitely make sure to check out the new community. Now let's just go back and give one more brief overview of the HoneyBook platform. Okay, so let's just talk about HoneyBook in general before we wrap up. And I hope you're as stoked about all the new features as I am. There are quite a few going around. Thank you for sticking with me in this video, by the way. I know there's a ton of information, but let's talk about HoneyBook in general. So HoneyBook is amazing, an amazing tool for service-based businesses, photographers, consultants, coaches, anyone in the service industry. So it's a CRM. So you are able to do things like manage your client communication, send contracts, invoices, proposals, information. You saw the client portal, having all that information in one place. So setting it up in the most basic form, you're just going to keep yourself organized, right? You're going to make sure that your clients are taken care of, your proposals and everything looks super sleek. So if I come into here and let's show you just an example of a proposal template. If someone wants to move forward with your services, and then let me actually go into these templates here, you can see just an example of this proposal. It's going to look super sleek, have the contract, the agreement, the invoice with your services, the payment, the next steps. You can add your personality in these as well. And you can see how nice and branded these look. Then you could have things like, say, a photography style guide. So it's really about nurturing your clients and keeping yourself organized. HoneyBook is an incredible and powerful tool to do both of those things. So in the most basic form, just uploading your files, having the client portal, it's going to be a game changer for you. And then you can really take it to the next level when it comes to automations. So like you see here, when someone inquires about a HoneyBook build, you can see that it's going to send the service brochure with information to book a call with us. We then have follow-ups in case they don't book. We'll then move them into a 3-month follow-up and then archive them. If after 3 months we don't hear from them, we know, okay, we've nurtured them as good as they can be nurtured. And now let's go ahead and just get them out of our pipeline and not have any digital clutter there. But then if they do book a call, we'll move them to booked call, delete the automation, and then they go into the booking process. Where the booking process, we send the proposal, we have proposal follow-ups. If they book, it sends a welcome email. We begin the onboarding process. So I don't want to get too granular into here because we don't have all day, but we do have other videos on automations, our service provider booking flow. So again, make sure to check those out if you want more granular details. But HoneyBook is really the tool for you if you are ready to get your business organized, to elevate your client experience, to increase your sales, your conversions, and have more control in this new year. So I hope this video was helpful for you and that you enjoyed seeing the new features and also getting like an overview of HoneyBook, what you can use it for. If you have any questions about HoneyBook use cases and things like that, please don't hesitate to drop a comment below. And let's have the best year ever. So I hope that tutorial was helpful for you in seeing all the amazing features that HoneyBook has come out with in the last year, how you can use it going into 2024 and bring a little bit of clarity to this amazing client flow tool. If you want even more granular details, even more demos specific to different industries, I want you to go ahead and check out the description below and sign up for our free on-demand HoneyBook training. This training is going to go through so many details and a little bit longer and a bunch of different demos on how you could really unlock the power of HoneyBook for your business. So again, I will link that free training in the description below. Make sure to check it out. And if you enjoyed this video and it's helpful for you, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you do not want to miss any other HoneyBook tutorials coming your way. With that, thanks again for watching and for being here and supporting our channel. We appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you next time.